Today is Wednesday, so happy Wednesday. Didn't even read to you guys yesterday. I told you I'm getting lazy in the summer. Today I had somewhere to go, so I'm still dressed up so that I wouldn't forget to record to you guys today. So it's June 17th, and that's Barry Manilow's birthday today, and also 56 days until I see you again. Not why I'm dressed up though. My son was confirmed tonight in church, so it was a big deal for our family. And I did get to have a Zoom this morning, and I want to thank Santana, Madison, Jesse, Atalia, Devin, Edwida, Jackson, and Mariah. Thank you for joining me on Zoom today. We are on chapter 7. And we're still waiting for Dr. Kennedy to come and check out the dinosaur, because remember, Dr. Kennedy thought that Dr. Zemer was joking. We'll see if he shows up. Dr. Zemer came out the back door. "There," he said. "I guess that'll bring old Dr. Kennedy all right." I called him up and I said that if he wasn't here by noon tomorrow, I would have to consult the paleontologist at the Museum of Natural History. I finally convinced him that I wasn't fooling, and he said he would take a plane out of Washington as soon as he could. He walked over and sat down in the shade with us under the maple tree. Oh, remember, Joe Champigny and Nate are sitting under the tree. Oh, I guess there's no picture. That's why who he joined right now. Pretty soon, Cynthia brought out a tray with 4 glasses of lemonade, and we all sat around sipping the lemonade very slowly to make it last longer. "Oh, it's nice and quiet here now," Dr. Zemer said. "I suppose we might as well enjoy it while we can. In another 24 hours or so, I suspect things are really going to be popping up in freedom. And I guess I'll be very busy answering phone calls," Cynthia said. "I suppose there will be some from a long way off, like Boston and Portland. That will be exciting. I like to think of those voices coming along all those miles of wire all the way from Boston." "Even farther than that, I bet," I said. "Maybe even from New York. Maybe even Chicago." "Oh, go on, Nate," said Joe Champigny. Who would ever hear about your lizard in Chicago? That's way out west in Ohio." "It isn't either in Ohio," I said. "It's in Michigan or someplace like that." "It's not in Michigan either. It's in Illinois, but you can look that up." "Anyway, not in Ohio. And it's not a lizard," I said. "It's a dinosaur, I tell you. Ask Dr. Zemer." "Looks like a lizard to me," Joe said. What is wrong with me? Dr. Zemer swirled his lemonade around to stir up the sugar in the bottom of the glass. He looked over at Joe with his eyebrows up and sort of smiled to himself. "You know, it is kind of a lizard," he said. "That's what the word dinosaur means. Terrible lizard." "But how come a dinosaur would come out of a hen's egg?" Joe wanted to know. "That doesn't make any sense." Dr. Zemer shrugged his shoulders. "You got me there," he said. "That's the odd thing about this. Of course, nature does play tricks every now and then, like sometimes a calf is born with only 3 legs, or a chicken hatches out with webbed feet like a duck's. Sometimes an animal will inherit something from an ancestor way back along the family tree somewhere. Like if I had red hair, for instance, and no one else in my family, I'll turn my page, had it, everyone would wonder where the red hair came from. And then they would find out that my great-great-grandmother had red hair, and I had inherited it from her. Do you see that?" We all nodded. "Well," the doctor said, "if you go back far enough, and I mean millions of years, you'll find that birds and reptiles are related to each other. That's why they are all alike in some ways. How is a chicken like a turtle, for example?" "They both lay eggs," Cynthia said. Well, Joe and I felt pretty silly about that. How did my sister even think of that? I didn't know that she'd ever even looked at a turtle. I guess girls notice things more than you would think. "That's right," said Dr. Zemer. "They both lay eggs." Joe looked up suddenly. "Hey, a turtle's got a scaly kind of skin, and chickens are sort of scaly on their legs." "Good for you, Joe," the doctor said. "Neither one of them have teeth," I said. Dr. Zemer nodded. "So you see," he said, "birds are like reptiles in some ways, and dinosaurs are reptiles. What must have happened here is that things got a bit mixed up, and when the egg hatched out, it turned out to be another branch of the family. That isn't a very scientific explanation, but I'm rather puzzled by it myself. It's a very peculiar thing." And here they are all sitting under the tree. Joe Champagne looked at him for a while. I thought you were a scientist, he said. Scientists are supposed to know all the answers, aren't they? Like teachers? I don't know all the answers. Dr. Zemer smiled and shook his head. No, Joe, a scientist doesn't know all the answers. Nobody does, not even teachers. But a scientist keeps on trying to find the answers. He stood up and dusted off the knees on his pants. Well, I ought to get back to the McPhersons. They'll be wondering what has happened to me. Nate, you probably should give your dinosaur another meal of grass sometime later today. I'll be over in the morning in time to greet Dr. Kennedy when he gets here. I went out to feed the chickens before supper. On the way, I got a big armful of grass and put it in the dinosaur's pen. He came waddling out of the box and started right in on the grass. He was still going strong when Mom called me in to supper. Supper means dinner. Have you given your animal a name, Nate? Pop wanted to know. Not yet, I said. Do you have any suggestions? Well, I don't know, Pop said slowly. I have sacrificed most of my best family names to the livestock by now. Perhaps there's a good name on your mother's side of the family. Seems to me there was... What was his name? It was your great-uncle, wasn't it? Oh, Mom said. You must be thinking of great-uncle John Beasley. That's it, Pop said. You could shorten it to Uncle Beasley. I should think, and come to think of it, if I recollect his picture, there was a certain resemblance between the two. So he's saying that the dinosaur and the Uncle Beasley, they look alike. See if you think. He's got a fun little nose and mouth there. They could look alike, right? Walter, Mom said. Great Uncle Beasley was a very good man. He just got a bit crotchety along toward the end, like they just get cranky. I don't think we should say anything disrespectful of him. Not at all, Pop said. It really is more of an honor. It may be that the name of Uncle Beasley will go down in history if we name this young dinosaur after him. Mom said with a smile. Uncle Beasley. Uncle Beasley. Uncle Beasley. I said, sort of trying it out. Cynthia giggled. All right, I said, it sounds pretty good after you get used to it, I guess. I guess I'll take it if Mom doesn't mind. After supper, I went out to see how things were. The grass, all gone, every bit of it. And the little fellow was lying down in his box. I could just see him there in the dark. I really had gotten to like him a lot already. Good night, Uncle Beasley, I said, and went back into the house. That was a good chapter. Now he finally has a name. So we'll do chapter 8 next time. All right, I hope you guys are staying safe, and hopefully you're getting out into the world a little bit more. Not too much, stay safe. All right, take care, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.